Dang, did you hear about Doug Peterson?
No, I don't want Doug Peterson as head coach for the Atlanta Falcons.
I mean, I don't know. If
No.
he won a Super Bowl.
No. 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 No.
What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. About the only fun thing about the 2020 Atlanta Falcons season is, one, it's over, and two, I got to go over exactly what I predicted right and wrong for the Atlanta Falcons heading into 2020. And was this one of my better years of predicting what would happen for the team? No, but I still had some pretty good takes, and we're going to go over all of that starting right now. So, as I was looking back to see my predictions for the 2020 Atlanta Falcons, I gotta admit, this was definitely not one of my better years of predicting what will happen for the team. I think I had a better 2019 than I did a 2020, obviously, as far as what happens for the Falcons. And I do apologize about my worst takes, but it is what it is. I can only get better from here on out. Just have to learn from my mistakes and have a really good 2021. And I actually feel good about my predictions coming up for the 2021 Atlanta Falcons, even if it's early. I have some takes that I'm not going to reveal just yet, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on who this team is, and that's for a different time. Let's go over my best and worst takes of the 2020 Atlanta Falcons, starting with my 5 worst takes. Some of these takes I'm just going to skim through it because I feel like I've explained my takes on these in like every single episode. The first one is, alright, I was wrong about Calvin Ridley. He is definitely a wide receiver number 1. But the thing is, I feel like I've explained that I was wrong about Calvin Ridley in every single episode, so I'll bullet point it. I was wrong. I thought he was not a wide receiver number 1. I thought he had good route running, but I thought he needed a little more to prove he was a wide receiver number 1, and he proved he is a wide receiver number 1. Alright, moving on. The second thing I was wrong about, and I was kind of scared to admit this one, but I have to. Alright, I was wrong about the pass rush. I thought for sure this pass rush was going to be really, really good. And I feel like it was actually pretty good for a while. Like, in the beginning of the season, I felt like it was actually okay, but man, it really did not go anywhere else after, I would say, like, maybe week 3 or 4. Maybe 2. I don't know. This pass rush just went non-existent for the rest of the season. Grady Jarrett was still a monster, but everyone else just, I don't know. We'll get to all of them in a second. Statistically, we had an okay pass rush, I guess, but man, if you watch it on film, it was nowhere to be seen. And this was like the one thing I was like so confident in on the defense was, oh yeah, our pass rush is going to be so freaking good. Just watch. Dante Fowler will change everything for the Falcons. And Grady Jarrett is going to help him. No, none of that lived up. I don't know when we're going to get a good pass rush. You know what? I am just I'll believe it when I see it for the Atlanta Falcons pass rush. How about that? The third thing I was wrong about is Todd Gurley. And, you know, Todd Gurley had his moments, I guess, in I guess, in Atlanta. I can't speak today. But for the most part, I would say this was definitely not a good signing. I think this was kind of a waste of money. At least they only gave him a 1-year deal, so it's not like we have like a lot of money to give him or whatever. Not saying that paying Todd Gurley what he was in the 2020 offseason is cheap, but you get the idea. Yeah, Todd Gurley did not work out. I think he was kind of just more of a fan signing. And to be honest with you, I made a video going over if the Falcons should sign Kareem Hunt, and that actually might have worked out a lot better than, you know, we all thought. Because in the beginning, I was kind of on board with everyone's opinion, like, okay, yeah, maybe signing Kareem Hunt wouldn't be that good of an idea. But as I look at that video I made now, honestly, I don't think it would have been a bad idea to sign Kareem Hunt. Like, Because, Kareem Hunt, everyone says he has character issues, but I think he's kind of becoming a better person. And, well, he's doing a lot for that Cleveland Browns offense, at least talent-wise. Todd Gurley, what in the world did he do? He didn't even get to play most of the game throughout the rest of the season. Yeah, that was not going to work out. Yeah, sorry, Todd Gurley. The fourth thing I was wrong about, literally every single draft pick and offseason signing, every single player in the offseason that the Falcons picked up, I was wrong about. No, I'm not even kidding. Every single one of them I was wrong about. I was wrong about Todd Gurley. I was wrong about Dante Fowler. I was right and wrong about Hayden Hurst. Some people say he had a breakout season, but I personally don't see that. I think he could have been so much better. I was wrong about AJ Terrell. I thought he wasn't the best corner available for us, but he proved me wrong. I was wrong about Marlon Davidson. I thought he was going to be a stud this season. I was wrong about Michael Walker. I thought he was going to suck, and I thought Jalen Hawkins was going to be good. I thought Laquan Treadwell was a better receiver than Russell Gage. I mean, gosh, all of these takes that every single player that the Falcons picked up in the offseason, I was wrong about. No joke. I was wrong about every single one of them. That is embarrassing, but yet laughable. Oh my gosh, I whiffed on all of them. Oh gosh. But whatever, it is what it is. I don't even want to keep most of them. I don't want to keep Todd Gurley. I don't want to keep Dante Fowler. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye. Thanks for nothing. And then the last thing I was wrong about was the Falcons to go 10-6 and clinch the 7th seed in the playoffs. My goodness, all of these takes are so bad. I'm so sorry. It's so laughable, honestly. Yeah, I thought the Falcons were going to go 10-6. Now, the only thing I was somewhat right about is, I didn't think the Falcons were going to win the division or whatever. I thought that was kind of a stretch. So I guess I was right about that. But, picking the Falcons to go to the playoffs, some people are like, oh, well, we could have made the playoffs if we won this game. And if we didn't choke that game. To me, I think, that's just who the Falcons are. We can't really say, oh, well, we could have done this. We could have done that. No, I think, simply this is who the Falcons are. And I'll kind of get to more on that later on in this video. But this is just kind of who the team is, The Falcons are just kind of a, what could have been team. I don't think we're a playoff team, man. I really don't. And, foolish of me to pick them to go to the playoffs this year. No, we went frickin' 4-12. Well, on to 5 of my best takes for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, some of these I'm actually really proud of. And the first one is Foye Oluokun. This is another one I feel like I'm kind of talking about over and over. You guys get the point. I was right about Foye Oluokun. People were kind of too quick to say, we need to draft a linebacker. Get Isaiah Simmons. Foye ain't it, man. And I said, hold on, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on drafting a linebacker or picking up a linebacker in free agency. Hold on, Foye might have some things to prove in 2020. Well, Foye Oluokun might have just been the defensive MVP of the year for the Atlanta Falcons, to be honest with you. He was just so freaking good. And I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that one. Man, I was wrong on this. I was right on this guy. And I'm definitely hoping he gets a contract extension soon. And man, don't sleep on Foye. He's got a lot to prove, and I think he will get better from here on out. The other good take I had for the 2020 season is on Dan Quinn. Yeah, I feel like I made some people mad that I kept saying I'ma believe it when I'll see it when it comes to Dan Quinn. Just some people were like, oh, come on, give him a chance. Give him a chance. The team's fighting for him. Give him a chance. He cares. He brings in chemistry. Come on, give him a chance. And I'm just like, I can't, man. I just can't, I have to see Dan Quinn do things before I say I believe in Dan Quinn. And, well, wouldn't you know, as soon as week 2 happened, everyone said fire Dan Quinn, and everyone had enough with Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn got fired, and Dan Quinn, oh my gosh. I mean, I guess good for Dan Quinn for being defensive coordinator for Dallas now. I wish him the best of luck, but, man, I'm not going to just sugarcoat things on this channel. Like, if I don't see something in a certain player or coach, I'm not going to believe in it. I just will tell you exactly what I see, and that's how I felt about Dan Quinn. I don't believe in Dan Quinn. In fact, I still don't believe in Dan Quinn to do good things in Dallas. Like, sorry, but I just don't. Like, he's just not a proven coach. But anyway, the third thing I was right about was this secondary. Besides AJ Terrell, I feel like I had a pretty good beat on what the secondary was. My goodness, man, please cut Isaiah Oliver. He is not the answer. I've been saying he's not the answer for a long time. I was like, guys, no, Isaiah Oliver's not the answer. He's not the answer. He's not the answer. And in the beginning of the season, everyone was like all in on releasing Isaiah Oliver. And then he played a little better midway through the season. And then late in the season, yeah, he showed his true colors. I was like, guys, please. Isaiah Oliver is not the answer at corner. Please remove him now. Keanu Neal, like, I was pretty high on Keanu Neal. The only thing I kind of was skeptical about was, is he gonna get injured, or, are these injuries gonna bother him? Because, what if he's still not fully recovered? But for the most part, I feel like I was high on Keanu Neal, so I guess I was right on him. And then, Ricardo Allen, just, say what you want, but Ricardo Allen is so overrated. Like, he is not that freaking good. I don't even know if he's gonna be here next year. I told you, man, like, Ricardo Allen is not this, like, elite safety like everyone makes him out to be. I mean, I don't know if anyone's making him out to be like, Jamal Adams good. Whatever you want to say about how he did in 2020. Jamal Adams is a really good safety nonetheless. But, yeah, everyone's like, oh, Ricardo Allen's, like, so freaking good. He watches film. He studies film. He's a leader. That's why he's so good. I'm like, just because you, like, watch film and, quote-unquote be a leader doesn't necessarily prove you're a good player, actually. Like, those are good traits to have, but you need to, like, show it on the field, Like, and I'm not saying Ricardo Allen is a bad safety. Like, I'm not saying he's, like, so bad. But I'm definitely saying he's not nearly as good as everyone makes him out to be. Now, I think there are Falcons fans that are kind of saying, yeah, we kind of need to cut Ricardo Allen, but... And I'm not this Ricardo Allen hater, by the way. Like, I do respect Ricardo Allen for who he is as a person, but as a player, he's just not as good as everyone makes him out to be. But yeah, I think I had a pretty good beat on this secondary, except for AJ Terrell. I was wrong on AJ Terrell, but every other secondary player, I feel like I had a pretty good beat on them. The fourth thing I was right about was where the team stands after that Week 2 failed onside kick recovery against the Dallas Cowboys. And I was really quick to give up on the Falcons in 2020. Like, as soon as the Falcons missed that onside kick, like, as soon as they just stood there and watched it go by, that's when I lost all hope on playoffs. I was like, nope. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, like, there's some situations where you know where it's gonna go. As soon as I saw us miss that onside kick, I was like, I know exactly where this season is gonna go. I know this is gonna be a long season for us. Just, there's some plays where you're like, yep, that's what's gonna define it. And I know that sounds crazy, but think about it like this. In Super Bowl 48, I want to say, with the Broncos and the Seahawks, the very first play, the snap went over Peyton Manning's head, and it was a safety. And everyone's just like, yeah, this will be a long game. And then, the Falcons and Rams in 2016, when the Falcons got a freaking touchdown on the kickoff, everyone's like, yeah, we know where this is going. Like, that's kind of where I'm trying to get at. Like,
as soon as the Falcons missed the onside kick, I'm like, oh my gosh, yep, I know exactly where this team is going, man. We're going to have a really bad, embarrassing season. And some people were like, well, I mean, we're not out of it. We're only 0-2. I'm like, first off, at the time, we had Dan Quinn. And then second, I was like, don't kid yourself, man. This team is just not a good team. And, well, wouldn't you know, this team is in a really tough situation. Do you rebuild? Do you try again with this roster? Because right now, I'm just going to be honest, this team does not look like they're in any sort of playoff contention. Forget Super Bowl. I don't even know if we're going to win 9 games with this roster. I don't even know if, I think the best we can go at this point is 7 or 6 wins. I don't think we're good at all. I really don't. And, I've been preaching about a rebuild. The only thing I'll admit is I don't think we're going to rebuild in the way I said they should. I don't think they're going to release every player possible. They're not going to release Matt Ryan and they're not going to release Julio Jones. But I will say, be prepared for some pretty big changes. They're probably going to make some moves that make you go okay, I didn't think the Falcons were going to release him. All I'm going to say is there's a quote-unquote rebuild coming. Not in the way I've been saying it should. I will admit that. I'm done saying that they're going to release everyone. They're going to release Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I'm done with that narrative. But I'm not out on a rebuild. They're probably going to release most players, but not all players. But anyway, that's for a different time. And then the last thing I feel I was right about was the coaching staff hires. And what do I mean by this? Well, I think a lot of people still wanted the Falcons to go defensive-minded for head coach. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, man. The Falcons can't continue to go for defensive-minded head coaches in the NFL. I will admit, they work out better than I thought, but I would definitely go for offensive-minded more. And with all these interviews with Eric Bieniemy and Joe Brady and Nathaniel Hackett, I think it's really coming close to the Falcons pretty much admitting they're going to get an offensive-minded head coach. Robert Saleh was someone they interviewed, but he's already got a job. And then Raheem Morris, they interviewed him. I don't know if this really counts, but Raheem Morris, they interviewed, but I don't think he's going to be here. Now, they did interview Todd Bowles, but I doubt he'll be the head coach. With Joe Brady, he actually looks like he's maybe even going to be the head coach here. And then Nathaniel Hackett, maybe. Arthur Smith is someone they interviewed twice. I don't know, man. It seems more likely that the Falcons are going to hire an offensive-minded head coach than a defensive. And that's what I've been saying for a long time. I'm telling you, you don't have to have a defensive-minded head coach to be good. Now, you need a defense, but you don't have to have a defensive-minded guy lead the team. You can have an offensive-minded head coach and still have a really good defense. Look at Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. I know they got rigged with injuries, but you get the idea. You can have really good offensive-minded head coaches and still have a good defense. I'm telling you, this team's biggest strength is on offense. That's what made us go to the 2 Super Bowls we went to, was on offense, not defense. So it just makes total sense to grab an offensive-minded head coach for our biggest strength to see if we can maybe improve something with this roster. And even if it's not with this roster, you can have a new roster and you get the idea. It's just, you need offense with this team. This is just, sorry, but this is our strength. There is no denying that one. And I feel like the Falcons are definitely going to get an offensive-minded head coach. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I'm feeling pretty confident they are probably going to go offensive-minded. But that is all I have for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. And, as always, rise up.